Am I the asshole for having my cousin eat the same amount of food as I in a day? My cousin Abby, F27, and I used to weigh the same, 300 plus lbs, 135 plus kgs. Until a few years back when I had a health scare and lost weight and followed a stricter diet. I'm now around 200 pounds, 100 kgs and have felt better. I don't eat as much anymore. Abby wasn't happy about that as now she's the fattest person, her words, in the room and family. I am bigger than her and so I used to hold that title before. No one else was making comments about her weight but her. During the party she noticed I didn't eat a lot and said I was holding back to make her look bad. I didn't say anything to that which apparently got her angry. So this morning she told me she'd match what I'd eat the entire day to show me how easy it was. I don't know where that came from but I didn't stop her. Edit. We went sightseeing, we used a car to travel and would walk to areas of interest in the mall. The entire day. Breakfast water, orange juice, and some dinner rolls. Lunch chicken, rice, veggies, water. Dinner 2 egg sandwiches, water. We also had snacks throughout the day but the amount I ate was small and I drank a lot of water. By nighttime Abby had no strength and clearly still hungry. She also drank way more water than she was normally used to so she used the bathroom a lot more. She broke down saying she believes I did it on purpose. Her mom helped her get to bed and told me afterwards I made her feel worse about her weight. I quipped back no one made a comment about her weight and my weight loss was spurred by me spending months in a hospital for a bad infection. I don't know, her mom tells me I'm the a-hole and my other relatives won't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Not the asshole, you never implied she was fatter and like you said it seemed to be just her making comments about herself. She shouldn't blame you for a challenge she gave herself. Instead she should have been humble and asked for help. If anything she probably reacted that way considering how much her mom is enabling her behavior. Not the asshole but disengage here. Abby and her mom are acting like Oz to you because you are not the one choosing what Abby eats that day or any other. Abby has no right to comment on your weight or food intake. You are doing what you need to do to take care of your health. It's not about mocking her look bad, but if she won't listen to that, you need to stop discussing any of this with her. Do you all live together? Why are you spending entire days with her when she's obviously trying very hard to make you feel bad and annoy you? You are eating every meal and snack with her? It would be much easier to not do that, ever. Leave if you can. If she has real concerns, she needs to talk with a doctor or nutritionist. You are not responsible for her diet. There is absolutely no way she was that weak and needed help. That is not a small amount of food and was more than enough. Sounds like her mother is an enabler and part of her problem. Not the asshole. I just had gastric bypass surgery and weighed 300 pounds in April. The menu you described is actually very reasonable and generous, it's not some crazy starvation diet. It would have been perfectly acceptable to me at 300 pounds. I don't know what your cousin is eating that actually left her weak, unless she was in sugar withdrawal or just exaggerating. She needs to get some blood work done just in case she has blood sugar issues or low iron. Not the asshole. You did literally nothing. Your cousin is the only person making any deal about her weight and how much you are eating. I think it's time to set some boundaries. Tell her you don't want to talk about how much either of you are eating anymore. Not the asshole. She is the one who chose to eat the same as you for a day. You didn't ask her to or force her to. It was probably too drastic of a change for her all at once, but it is in no way your fault. Am I the asshole for taking my sister's upgraded room and giving her mine? My 3 sisters and I recently went on a girls' trip that I paid for. I covered flights, hotel and all our dinners, food. On the day of check-in, my sister's room was overbooked. We all go to our rooms and there was already a guest in her room. We go back down to the front desk and they apologize, but the only other room available is a royal suite that cost 3x what our normal room cost. Not wanting to leave and find another hotel with 4 rooms available, I decided to book the room, but my sister assumed she should get the suite. I disagreed and gave her my hotel keycard. She was visibly upset. My other sisters didn't say they agreed or disagreed, just said they understand why she thought she'd get the suite. Absolute not the asshole of course, but what I'm wondering is how the hotel got away with still charging you for the upgrade when it was their fault they were overbooked. Not the asshole, you were the one paying, so you should get the upgrade. If she had paid for her own room, then the upgrade would have been hers, but she didn't. I would think twice about paying for them like this again, though. They all seem rather ungrateful, especially since you paid for them each to get their own room. You didn't even make them share. Not the asshole. Best room goes to the person who paid. Beggars cannot be choosers. It wasn't your sister's upgraded room. They were all your rooms. Not the asshole. You did not get an upgraded suite. You paid to upgrade. It's your money. You get the upgrade. Even if the upgrade was free, you paid, it's yours. Not the asshole. Your sister can have the sweet if she pays for the sweet. I wouldn't waste a nanosecond on this. Am I the asshole for telling my fiancée and her daughter they are responsible for meals from now on? I, 40 male, live with my fiancée, 39 female, and her daughter, 13 female. Up until now, I've always been the one responsible for deciding what we eat. Of course, I've always considered their wishes and essentially cooked whatever they wanted. But more and more, when I suggest something, all I hear is, no, I don't like that, no, not that, that's not good, and variations of, I want something else. Tonight, I practically had to beg just to make some simple pasta with homemade tomato sauce. Anyway, we were out grocery shopping today, and I saw something I haven't had in over a year. I was excited and wanted to buy it. My fiancé made a face, and my stepdaughter said it looked like diarrhea. I was really hurt and still feel upset about it. At dinner, I told them that from now on, they'll need to figure out the meals themselves and that I'm stepping away completely. If need be, I'll just cook for myself. Am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Insulting the chef pretty much guarantees the insulter will need to learn to cook. Hard lesson, but one they needed to learn. Your home is not a restaurant. If you are responsible for deciding what you eat as a family, then cook the dishes you want to make and put the meals on the table. If they don't like it, they can go hungry. 2 days of this, and they'll be a lot more amenable to voicing their opinions and compromising on meal choices. Time for some tough love, op. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Do you really want to live for the rest of your life with people who yuck your yum and your cooking? This can't be the only thing they are nasty to you about. We have 5 people in our house. Each person takes 1 night per week to cook. The other 2 nights we either get takeout or eat leftovers. The rule is, if you don't like what is cooked, you fend for yourself. Full stop. No complaining, just get yourself a frozen dinner, get yourself takeout, or get yourself a sandwich. We talk at the beginning of the week about what everyone is going to cook. We are respectful of everyone's food preferences and allergies. But if someone wants to cook something that someone else isn't going to like, that's on the person who doesn't like it to find something different, not the cook. Not the asshole. They're expecting you to cook but don't want to help out with anything related. They can figure it out for themselves if they can't decide. Not the asshole. The rule is once someone complains they become the cook. Am I the asshole for telling my son info I obtained about his ex-wife that he used in divorce court? My son and his ex are in the middle of a nasty divorce. They are fighting over custody and money. He's been paying child support for his kids, but ex wanted maintenance money for herself as well. He is fighting that she's able-bodied and kids are in school. It's time to get a job. He's military, stationed on the opposite side of the country. Kids were with him over the summer. She got mad because they weren't calling her every day. She never makes sure they call him. And she called the local police for a welfare check, even though I was sending her pics he would send me. She has a no-contact order against him. After the kids came home, she got pissed at her parents and would not allow them to see the kids. She had lived with them for 2 years, until she found a new man, whom she moved in with while the kids were gone. I was talking to her mom, learned this info, so I told my son that she was alienating the kids from her parents. He told his lawyer mentioned it in court. So now, I'm not allowed to see the kids either, because I don't respect her. Not the asshole. But if you slip information to the other side during a custody battle, you can't expect that parent to keep giving you access by which you could obtain more information to pass. That would be foolish. I don't think you did anything wrong, but you showed yourself to be a liability to her case, so naturally she cut you off. You can still see the kids on your son's time, but if you wanted to maintain a cordial relationship with the mother and get access to the kids during her time, you should have stayed out of her legal matters. Even if you're not an AH, actions still have consequences. You're not the asshole, but you're pretty dumb if you didn't expect something like this to happen. You thought you were just going to fuck around and meddle in someone's custody dispute and they'd just shrug it off. Kinda YTA. So you're passing on gossip and second-hand information, which is kinda useless in a divorce case anyway. My client's mom said that the ex-wife's mom said that the ex-wife isn't allowing her kids to visit right now. And are wondering why the ex-wife no longer wants to be friendly with you. Duh. The smarter play would be to stay out of it so that you don't alienate the ex-wife and jeopardize your access to the kids or make everything more complicated for your son or any worse for the children. You're caught on the edges of someone else's bad relationship drama. You had a good access position, which you lost over something small and ultimately worthless. You tipped your hand too soon. You are the asshole. Stay for of this unless the kids are being harmed. You are only making things worse as you have found out. Info. You seem surprised. What did you expect to happen when she found out that you were gossiping about her in a way that affects her custody battle? Obviously she'd have found out. In the vast majority of states there is no such thing as alienating the kids from her parents. If a parent doesn't want to grant a grandparent access to their kid, they don't have to. You can't play both sides. You are using judgmental language to describe her actions but insisting you didn't tell your son with the intention to try to screw her. You comment that you watched the kids so she could date but then also make it sound like she just moved in with a rondo. You did do it with the intention of screwing her, which maybe she deserves, but you can't act surprised when the person you are trying to screw over in a custody dispute doesn't want to give you access to their kid. YTA, because what did you expect to happen?